Enjoy your meeting.
Good afternoon, and welcome to WorkPoint's Ask the Expert series. Today I'm really excited to have a longtime acquaintance of mine from the golf course in California. And recently we got in touch, and I'm really excited to present to you Bryan Smyth's expertise on the topic of exit strategies for business owners. Welcome, Bryan.
Thank you, Chris, and thank you for allowing me to get this message out to your team.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about what you've done in your career before you did this. I believe it says you're a recovering CPA, if I read your bio correctly. But what things have you done in your career that led you to the point where you decided you wanted to help business owners think about how to exit their businesses?
Yes, Chris, great question. Most of my career I've spent doing mergers and acquisitions. So I've been on the transactional side, working with business owners to help them sell in a third-party sale. And over my career, I did become a CPA. It's currently inactive. I also was able to successfully complete the CFA program, and I'm a chartered financial analyst. In addition to mergers and acquisitions, I've spent some time doing consulting with small public companies, helping them raise capital, helping them spearhead their investor relations programs. And in addition to that, I spent some time actually as a wealth manager, having gone through the Merrill Lynch PMD program. I learned that really wasn't a business that I wanted to do, and I respect everybody out there. It's not for everyone, that's for sure. Got back involved into mergers and acquisitions, and had some successful transactions. However, a lot of businesses don't sell, and a lot of businesses have a lot of inherent problems, and they probably will never sell. And got me to researching exit planning as a way to improve the quality of the businesses that I was representing. And what I found once I started researching it, the lights really started going off, and I decided that if I'm really going to be of value to business owners, it's in helping them prepare for a successful exit, rather than looking at it purely from a transactional point of view.
So you saw a need, I'm assuming, in some of the deals you worked on to get involved with the business owners well before the transactions you were working on, I assume.
Yes, absolutely. Ideally, a business owner should start planning anywhere from 2 to 10 years ahead of their exit.
So what are they missing? What is the elephant standing in the room with business owners? What prevents them from putting the things in place that they need to plan for this eventuality? Because we're all going to exit our businesses, right, one way or the other. The question is whether it's on our terms or some other terms.
Yes, that's right, Chris. Either the horizontal method or the vertical method. So hopefully vertical method for most of the business owners that we have the pleasure of working with. But, that's a great question, and there's so many areas that business owners go wrong in terms of exiting their business, whether it's to a third party or to an insider. And really the elephant, in the room, again, it could be any one of dozens and dozens of issues or problems within the business that need to be addressed before a business can be exited on the business owner's terms.
What are some of the common mistakes that you see business owners make that cause them either not to be prepared for a sale or for a sale to fall through?
Well, overall, it's a lack of planning. Oftentimes, they start out with invalid, erroneous assumptions about what their business is worth. and about what they are going to need in terms of the proceeds after sale combined with their other assets, the assets that they're going to need to live successfully, their lifestyle that they want to maintain after they exit the business. Internally, there are a number of issues: the lack of tax planning, poor systems, processes, and controls. Oftentimes what we find is too much, probably if it's the elephant in the room among many, many business owners and companies out there, is that too much of the value of the business resides in the head of the business owner. So therefore, when the business owner leaves, much of that, the value goes with the business owner. And
well, that's one that I'm familiar with. What are some of the things a business owner can do to begin to move some of the value that he or she brings to the business out of their head and into the way the business works?
Well, I think that the big thing is developing the management team. So they have to be, obviously, you want to attract and retain a quality management team, and you have to transfer many of the responsibilities and duties of the business owner, including, the ability to make decisions and the ability to make mistakes. And this is a process that can take a lot of planning and can take a lot of time in order to transition the team so that they're capable of moving the business forward without the business owner.
Is that something that you help them with?
Well, Chris, what I do is I bring the process and the tools. Exit planning is a team sport, if you will. It takes a team of trusted advisors to do the design and implementation of a plan. So once we identify the needs of a business owner, the goals and objectives, and we make recommendations for the business owner to carry out through the team of advisors, through the team of trusted advisors. So in that situation, it might be, the CPA firm, it might be a management consulting firm that has a seat at the table and is involved in the design of those recommendations and in the implementation of those recommendations over time.
So what does it look like? So I'm watching this, I'm a business owner. Let's say I'm a WorkPoint client, or not. What's the first step, and what does it look like for me?
Well, as a business owner, the first step is, I do have a 7-step process, and then we will do, first of all, is we identify what your goals and objectives are. So we determine, first off, when do you want to exit? Do you want to exit in the next year or two, or in the next 10 to 15 years? We identify how much you want and how much you need. So can be two significantly different things. And then third, we'll identify what buyer do you wish to sell? Do you wish to sell to an insider, be it a family member, a key manager, key management team, or an ESOP, or do you wish to sell to a third party? And there are also secondary and tertiary objectives that we'll identify. Maybe the business owner has a charitable intent. Maybe the business owner is concerned about the business staying in the community. So whatever those objectives are, we'll dig deep to identify them, and with a goal of meeting those objectives through the exit plan. So
okay,
that's the first step. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do you want to go through the steps quickly?
Yeah, the second step is where we do an assessment. So it starts out with assessing the value of the business. Oftentimes, we can accomplish that with a third-party valuation firm, a certified valuation, or we can do it through M&A advisors or other tools that we have at our disposal. We determine the value of the business today. We also work with the wealth manager or financial advisor to determine what assets are owned outside of the company, and also do a financial needs analysis as to what they're going to need to meet their goals after they exit the business. oftentimes there we'll find that there's a gap between what the business is worth today and what they need in order to achieve that successful exit. So part of our recommendations would include those that will help build transferable value in the business, in addition to minimizing risks and and meeting the other goals that we've identified for the business owner.
Now, I assume that you have, because if there are significant gaps, the business owner is going to need maybe other experts. Do you have a team of people that you work with on a referral basis to help the owner implement the changes they need to?
Yes, absolutely. Oftentimes we will work with the team of advisors that have been working with the business owner over the years, the financial advisor, wealth manager, insurance professional, business attorney, estate planning attorney, and where there are gaps, where there are holes, I have many resources available to me in terms of other professionals that I can access to bring on the team.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a really important part of the value you bring is the trusted people that you can introduce the business owner to. I know from experience that that's an important aspect of what someone like you does. I hate to rush you, but in 2.5 minutes, see if you can run through the rest of your steps.
Okay, great. So we're going to build value and maximize value while minimizing risks and minimizing taxes. That summarizes step 2 or step 3. Step 4, we're either going to make recommendations that are going to help you meet those goals in a sale to an insider, and then step 4 would be the same to an outside third party. Step 5, we do continuity planning. This is where, the scenario, what if tomorrow you get hit by a bus, what's going to happen to your business? So, with exit plans, oftentimes running, 3 to 10 years, it's very, very important that there are specific instructions in place and strategies in place to ensure the survivability of your company in your absence, in the business owner's absence. Step 6 is, wealth management. So basically, a exit plan is tied in and fully integrated with the overall wealth management plan. So we'll make recommendations there to make sure that both are kind of working together in concert. And step 7 would be the estate plan, overall estate plan. So, we start with and I left this out, we start with the wealth management plan and the estate plan, and we finish with the estate plan, again, to ensure that all the goals and objectives are properly aligned with all 3 areas.
Well, that sounds like a very thorough process. I know from experience, after 20 years working with business owners, that a good deal of the business owners out there need to do this. They need to engage someone like you, because I can tell you one thing, this planning for the sale of your business is not something that happens overnight, and the longer the lead time you have, the more effective your plan is going to be, in my experience. So I really believe in what you do. Bryan, how does someone get in touch with you? Do you have a website, a phone number, an email address you could give out?
Yes, I'd be happy to share all that information. My website is www.proexits.com. That's Proexits, proexits.com. You'll find a lot of resources, white papers, archives,
you have a
newsletters.
Really good, you have a really good newsletter, don't you?
Yes, I do. It goes out twice a month, and I send that to both business owners and trusted advisors. So if you go to my site, please subscribe to my monthly newsletter, and feel free to request any of the white papers for download. And
any of you who are WorthPoint clients or associates, You can always contact us at info@wpwm.com or go to our website, workpointinvest.com, and I can put you together with Bryan. But I really want to thank you for giving us some of your time today. This was a really good interview, and I look forward to working with you, Bryan.
Well, thank you very much, Chris, and I appreciate your time in getting this set up, and I look forward to working with you and any members of your team as well.
You bet. Okay, this is Christopher Van Slyke with WorkPoint signing off.